Veronica Belmont from Mahalo Daily, and we are here at Lucky Juju in Alameda, California to learn about the wonderful history of pinball. So tell me about Lucky Juju.
Well, let's see, it started out as just a small little place with electromechanical pinball machines for people to play. Started out as a donation, and then eventually it's growing into a museum.
So how many pinball machines do you have in this location?
Oh, here we've got about 34 machines. We have a total of over 300 machines, and what we do is fix them up and rotate them in.
Can you show me some of your favorite machines that you've got around here?
Oh gosh, they're all my favorite. No, this right here is a great machine. It's had a book written about it called The Wizardry of Pinball. It's just a classic machine that was designed so well that they made about 4 or 5 different versions of it. These are called electromechanical because there's no electronics in them at all.
Oh, so how do they run?
This is the prototype for the clear pinball machine that is designed to show everybody how pinball machines work.
Whoa.
This whole thing is clear, so you can see through it. And so we remachined this whole plastic playfield. And in here is the brain board that I was talking about. That's kind of the smarts behind the machine. They're really crude computers that just have, like I said, a fixed program. Pretty amazing for what they are. And everything's done just with switches, and there's not a single electronic component in it.
This is Greg Maletic, who actually made the documentary Tilt, all about the history and an apparent downfall of pinball machines. So what happened to pinball? Why did it go into a downfall?
There was a lot of consolidation in the 80s and 90s. There were about 5 or 6 major pinball companies at that point in time. Williams bought them all. A few went out of business, but Williams bought Bally. Williams owned about 80% of the market, and Williams is the company that's profiled in my documentary. And they owned about 80%, like I said, but pinball was having a really hard time in the late 90s because it just wasn't doing very well on location. That and video games were both doing poorly. And so what was doing well was video slot machines, and Williams had a big stake in that market as well, and investors were putting a lot of pressure on the company to get out of pinball entirely. And so my documentary is about the story of Williams giving their designers one last chance to try and save pinball.
And that was the Pinball 2000.
That's right, the Pinball 2000 machines. And so they came up with a series of machines that were a combination of video and pinball as well. And they actually did pretty well in the market, but Williams still pulled the plug anyway.
Well, Michael, thank you so much for showing us your collection.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it. It was so much fun.
Yeah, it's always fun.
And so you have a nonprofit association with this, right?
Yeah, it's a 501c3. It's called the Neptune Beach Amusement Museum, and we have a website. It's www.nbam.org. And all the money from Lucky Juju goes to the Neptune Beach Amusement Museum in hopes to get a big building to house this whole collection in, and a shop to build more science exhibits, and keep it going.
A lot of really cool stuff. Well, if you're in the area, definitely come check out Lucky Juju. For Mahalo Daily, I'm Veronica Belmont. I'll see you next time.